Okie dokie. Hey, hi, hello, welcome back, Alexandrian Codex. We want to click the continue button, not the new game button. Playing Islanders. Yeah, I'm in a better mood today, so I'm just gonna go on a political tirade a lot faster. No, probably not. This gives me 13. Do you care how close or what direction that's facing? I don't think it does. Yeah, okay, let's go with that. It apparently doesn't care. Weird. We're harvesting seaweed from the land. Oh, I've been I've been really tempted to start up a new campaign of RimWorld, but I'm gonna have to check out the mods that are out for RimWorld and see if there's anything significantly different enough to jump back into it. I've also been thinking about starting some other campaigns, some other more long-form shows. I may hop back into Frostpunk, but I just the last two scenarios are pretty difficult, and doing it once was tricky enough. Doing it a second time just seems torturous to myself. Like, I like a challenge, but I have masochistic tendencies, but not to that extent. Not to the extent that I want to put myself through suffering through the same game over and over and over. It's a lot of fun. You should play it. You should struggle and overcome the challenge and be like, ooh, wow, that kicked my ass. I'm gonna need a... I'm gonna say a drink, but, you know, that's not... Oh, something I wanna popularize, I guess. Gotta take a sit? Wait, why is this only 3? I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. That's 3. That's 5. Does this have a -2 base? It has a -1 base. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. I might come back to it. It was really a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing. I don't even know why I honestly couldn't tell you why I hopped back into Frostpunk. Yes, I can. I saw that the newest maps that came out for it, and I was watching somebody play through, and I'm like, I could use some Frostpunk. I like that aesthetic. And then I played through, got a good taste for the aesthetic, and then it starts getting darker. I'm like, yeah, gotta check out of this one till I'm in a mental state where I can not immediately check out whenever there's a... I don't know. I think it's a good thing that I am increasingly empathetic and considerate of the media I consume and how that informs the world that I perceive, that I live in, and my inherent biases, etc. But, you know, it does make life more complicated. Okay, 12. Can I get higher than 12? I can get a 15 over here. So let's go with the 15. Get a 12. I can't get another 13 from over here, can I? How was I getting 13 from that? What kind of devil magic was I doing? No. Okay. Sure, we'll go with the 12. understand, but you know, I don't need to. That's fine. Let's put this by the coast. And then this doesn't really matter where it goes. Oh yeah, it does. You get bonuses from the seafood. Seaweed is seafood, I guess. The seaweed farms. Let's plop you down. Oh, perfect. I have been writing a lot more. I mean, nothing good. Nothing groundbreaking. I used to write all the time. My desk is basically full of notebooks of stuff I've written over the years, and it's really cool to be able to go back and look at on this day 2 years ago, on this day 5 years ago, on this day 10 years ago. What was I thinking? How was I feeling? Stuff like that. And I had stopped for really the last 3 years. I had stopped. I'm a fairly creative person. I like making art, I like working on projects, I like writing, I like all kinds of stuff. But I hate doing it when people are around. I hate being seen making media. And I was cohabitating, and we really jumped into cohabitating pretty quickly. So I didn't feel comfortable creating around them because I was always conscious of, I don't know, self-conscious about it. It's pretty sad, because it's a strong defining characteristic of mine is the weird shit I make. But I was just feeling pretty quiet, pretty introverted, and didn't want to share. And all told, I think it was to my detriment that I didn't do that. Where can I even put these? There's no grass here. Oh, I guess up here. Okay, I guess. Yikes. Okay, yeah, sure. We'll pop that down here and try to get the most out of it. Yeah, I have a tendency to be a pretty introverted person. I keep to myself a lot. I don't share a lot, which is funny. If you ask me a question, I'll give you an honest, thorough answer, and I'm not, like, private, or secretive, I guess. I'm a fairly private person, though. And I don't bother people with details about my life unless they make it clear that they're actually interested. I work with someone, and I've worked with this person for a few months now, that is the complete opposite, and they love oversharing. They just talk about everything. And, you know, Godspeed. God bless them, because that's the polar opposite of me. I swear I saw a 33 over here. Am I 26? 26 is the highest? 28? I saw a 28. The 33 was right here. Yeah, okay. I like myself a lot. I think I'm a pretty rad person. I like me, but I've never made an effort to be center of attention or calling attention to myself. I've always been pretty content just to do my own thing and be happy with it. Now, I like attention in certain contexts, just as I think most people do. But I don't know. I want buy-in from folks before I talk to them. Before I want social consent, if you will. You can never... Well, I mean, I guess you can't be overly careful with that sort of thing, but that's a good thing to be overly careful with. Now, we had been getting a 28 over here. I may have just fucked that up. I think I just fucked that up. So I'm getting at 26. Yeah, I think I fucked it up. Good job, Alex. 24? 24, 24, 24, 24. Now, truth be told, I'm actually 27. I'm actually recording this because I'm putting off going to the grocery store. I get off of work around, let's say early in the morning. 6. It's 6. It's pretty fucking early in the morning, or 8, depending on the day. And the grocery store I go to is open at 5 in the morning, I think. But the self-checkouts aren't open until 8. And I don't know. I don't want to go have an awkward pseudo conversation with somebody who doesn't really want to be talking with me, somebody who doesn't really want to be there probably. Like, I don't want to bother them. And I just want to use the self-checkout. I don't need help finding anything. I buy the same fucking stuff every week or 2 weeks. I am on a fixed diet. I don't know any of the people there well. I don't really have any interest in imposing myself on them. If you try and strike up conversation with someone while they're at work, you're walking a fine line. I'm not saying don't do it, because when I worked in a more customer service facing job with the general public, I actually liked it when people engaged with me like human beings. But read the room, right? And somebody trapped behind a desk being monitored by recording equipment or their manager, they aren't really in a position to tell you to fuck off, that they don't want to have a conversation, or that you're making them uncomfortable. And the ability to do all those things, to voice disinterest or discontentment, to express discomfort and establish boundaries, is fundamental, absolutely fundamental to a healthy conversation, to establishing consent there, right? So if they're not in a position where they can easily, comfortably do that without facing potential consequences, then I don't want to make the assumption that it's actually okay, that they're actually interested, or that they're not just being polite or doing what they have to. So often when folks ask like, "Oh, how are you today?" I instead I answer honestly. Most of the time my answer is tired. A, because I'm regularly depressed, and tired is an easier way to say feeling existential dread or exhaustion than it is saying depressed or anything else. Just saying tired, most people be like, yes, we all are. Life is a tiring game. And most of the time I'll ask them how they're doing, and poke at how long are you here today? How long have you been on? How's your day been so far? And most of the time I'm not buying that much, so the conversation's basically over at that point, and I just wish them well and hope that they have a quiet day and get out of there sooner than later. I don't know, man. I don't want people chatting me to death. If I have never worked as a cashier. Never. I've worked front desk at a hotel and in a concierge capacity at a condo, but those conversations are a bit more bearable than just random ass people buying stuff, demanding to see the manager. I've only had one encounter where someone has demanded to speak to a manager. It's back when I was working at the hostel, in the middle of the night. Naturally, because I'm there, this dude checks in and starts complaining that we don't have parking. We're a hostel located above a bar in one of the most densely populated cities on this coast, we have a massive housing problem, and your dumbass came to the city expecting a hostel to have parking for its hundreds of guests? Where? So he gets impatient and just keeps on like, "Ooh, where do the employees park?" I'm like, we don't. We live in Seattle. We catch the bus or walk to work or bike. And I said this all a lot more politely than I am repeating in this rendition. And I told him where paid parking was in the neighborhood. I showed him different price quotes. I'm like, actually, you can park here because they don't check until da-da-da-da-da-da. I was giving him the inside scoop of all that jazz. I was being a nice human being. But he didn't thank me, ended up leaving the desk and parking somewhere, presumably. Then he shows back up. He checks in at like midnight? 1 in the morning maybe? He shows back up at the front desk at 4 in the morning. 4 in the morning. Saying that he had... No, it wasn't 4 in the morning. He shows back up at 2, saying that he had fallen in the shower. Which, no, he fucking didn't. They're guardrails inside the showers, so there's something to hold on to. He was complaining that the floors were too slippery in the shower. The floor in the shower, not in the bathroom, in the shower, was too wet. Yes, the floor, where the water hits the ground, is wet. Wow. Imagine that. And he's like, well, what are you gonna do about it? I'm like, nothing. Dude, you didn't fall. You didn't report it immediately. And you're not injured. So I'm not gonna do a goddamn thing about it. Again, I didn't say it this way. I'm like, well, I'm glad you're okay. I've never had that happen before. No one's ever... Oh, no, there was a 16 and I wasn't looking. Just some platitudes, pleasantry, I don't know. Just, like, not giving him what he wanted. The game was... The dude wanted, like, a discount or a freebie or something. And I feel like I don't even have to say it. He was a baby boomer. Probably from the East Coast or Midwest. He definitely wasn't a West Coast person. He was really just trying to get a discount or trying to get something for free. He was staying at a hostel, which is already not expensive, and he was trying to get, put me in a situation where I was like, oh no, I better give him a discount so he's not mad. But he had me. I don't give a shit if you're mad. Yeah, go ahead, sue the company. I'm totally unaffected. You fell in the shower? Do you have proof of that? Can you corroborate that? I don't see any bruises or cuts. You're walking fine. So, this will not hold up in court, my dude. And we're on camera right now, so I can verify you don't have any injuries. The hallways are on camera, so I can verify you weren't limping when you came out of there. Again, didn't say any of this. But you bet your ass I was thinking it. He goes into his room, which is a dorm. It's a dorm room because it's a hostel, and he didn't pay for the more expensive private rooms. And like an hour later, 4 or 5 in the morning, he comes back out complaining about that he couldn't sleep because it was too hot, I think? This isn't even the middle of the... It wasn't even 80s. It wasn't even 70s. It was... I don't know, mid-70s, high 60s? And he comes back out and like, I can't sleep because it's too hot and there's no air conditioning. I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean. There's no air conditioning anywhere in Seattle. There are a lot of old buildings. It's pretty normal. It can be frustrating, but like, there's nothing I can do about it. I think I offered to put another fan in his room, like box fan, and no, that wasn't good enough. And he got irate and started going off on a tangent like, In all my life, I've never been somewhere so unprofessional. No paid parking and no no slip pads in the shower. Where? What? Hotel or hostel or where the fuck have you stayed that has no slip grip showers? What? Nowhere, dude. I've been to many hotels, from the incredibly shitty to the incredibly nice, and none of them have had grip pads or anything else on them. Rarely do they even have a bar to hold on to like the hostel did. And he's going off like, I think he threatened to call the police? Yeah, he did. He threatened to call the police because he slipped. Which... because he slipped and he couldn't sleep, he was threatening to call the police. Yes. 4 in the morning. In a major metropolitan area where the police definitely have more pressing calls coming in than I can't sleep, water is wet and slippery, and there's no free parking in Fremont. What the fuck was he gonna tell them? So I was like, I'm sorry that you feel that way. There's really nothing I can do about any of these things. And he started demanding to speak with our owner. Again, at 4 in the morning. I told him, well, our owners aren't here and they don't live anywhere nearby. I am not calling them in the middle of the night. Like, I value my job and I'm not muddying that relationship just so some cranky old fuck can complain. Again, didn't say that, that's what I was thinking. I said it in very polite ways because I have good self-control and I'm good at my job. Then he started demanding to speak with the manager and threatening to call the police more fervently. And in truth, I probably should have just called him on his bluff, but I didn't. Our manager at the time, Brian, God bless you, Brian. You were a very good manager. Very, very down-to-earth, easy person to work for and with. Very reasonable. Had fair expectations and standards. He slept in an attached unit connected to the building. Oh, well. Okay, we're out. This has only been 22 minutes. This has not been a good run by my standards. I'm gonna finish the story and then I'm gonna put a cut. He comes up, gives the guy a discount. But I just... don't bother customer service people. It's your fault you didn't look into the amenities. It's your fault you didn't look into parking, etc., etc., etc. Case in point, if I can avoid talking to customer service people and just save them the tiny bit of stress that comes with, oh god, is this going to be another shitty interaction, I'm gonna do it. So that's why I'm not going to the grocery store yet. And oh no, actually it's 8 a.m. That's why I'm going to the grocery store now, and that's why I decided to record this. So hey, have a good morning. Go eat healthy, design a diet that works for you, or, you know, eat whatever the fuck you want. Pineapple goes on pizza. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.